I'm Chris Randolph, and I'm a professional decathlete. So I train in track and field. And decathlon is 10 events, so there's a lot of training that goes into it. So you compete in 5 events each day. So you do anything from sprinting to throwing to running, longer distances, and so there's a lot to practice and a lot to do. And I spend some days 4 to 6 hours training, but I've been doing it ever since college. So graduated in 2006 and moved down here in 2008. Since that time, I competed at the Olympic trials in 2008 and placed well, and then have been competing since then internationally in Europe a few times, in Germany and in other places, and have continued my career. And the next goal is the 2012 Olympics. So I met Lisa through the chiropractic office at Slow Wellness Center. She came in as a patient, and we immediately kind of had a little bit of a connection. She was really interested in what I did. You don't meet decathletes every day. It's kind of an interesting event. So she was really into what I was doing. I had been on a plan since high school, and I guess in college too, that I was just sticking to with lifting and all this other kind of stuff. And a lot of times you can get in a rut with that, but sometimes it can be good. So I had never really expanded out, and she had told me about her program. I was having constant hamstring problems and hip problems, and it was because I was doing the same movements over and over again. And then one day, she just offered her help to me and was like, "I want to support you on your goal," and she thought that she could help me, and she did. And so I started seeing her it was about 2 or 3 times a week, a little bit during the off season and also while I was competing. But she works in all the 3 planes that we move, and a lot of times when you lift, you just do one motion, like you bench press forward, or you squat up and down, or you lunge forward and back, and you're really only hitting one plane of motion. And when we move as humans, we move in 3 planes, and so this is what she talks about: is we move forward and back, and we move side and side, and we also move rotary. And it happens even when you're running and you're walking, and you just don't realize it because you think you're moving forward, which was great for me because for what I do, you have to be strong in all areas. But I started mainly to focus on hamstring problems and get over that. And it took a few sessions to get it done, to where all of a sudden I felt like my hips were moving better, and I was running different, and my feet were moving different, and then it just kind of relaxed and started to ease up. It for sure helped my performance and how I competed and how I practiced. One of the great things is that it wasn't as long as a recovery afterwards, and we were more focused on functionality than really brute strength, which is what I need. The one thing that I always loved about Lisa was how she was so dedicated and really into what you were doing. It's so personal because she's right there with you through everything. And I mean, she was cheerful every day and was excited about the new opportunity of that workout and what it was going to do for you. And I'm a person that trains all the time, and so I know how to push my body to an extreme. But to have somebody else there, you kind of reach a different level. You know, you lift harder, you work harder, you do all this kind of stuff. And so I think having her around was just, it just helped so much. You know, we would laugh a bunch because I consider myself a good athlete because I can do a lot of things, but she would really make me look weak because it's stuff that I couldn't do. And you have to laugh at yourself, and she'd be able to do it just super easy. So I would always get a kick out of that. I mean, the hardest part is always getting started. And for people who are hate going to the gym and hate working out by themselves, this is a great opportunity. And she runs an amazing studio, and it'll change your life. Like, it'll change the way you move and how your body reacts to the environment and all this kind of stuff. And I think that you have to experience it, you know, to fall in love with it, because you can hear a testimonial and you can understand, but to see her and what she's able to do with you, you have to give it a try.